The split squat is good unilateral leg exercise. It's pretty simple exercise, but again, you got to really concentrate on the key points to learn the lessons from it. This is our basic unilateral quad dominant exercise. And so this is what everything else is built on. Bulgarian split squats, single leg squats, lunges, all those exercises are basically built on the foundation of what you're going to learn from the split squat. So to get set up for the split squat, your foot position is pretty important. And so eventually you're going to get to the point where you don't have to go through this little setup drill to figure out where to get your feet set. But at first, I want you to do this to make sure you do have your feet set in a good position. So what you're going to do is come down on one knee. You want to make sure that you stay up on your toe. When you come down, don't straighten your foot out. It's going to change your foot position when you try to come back up. So get yourself on your toe, come down staying on this toe on the back. You want to get yourself set where you've got your thigh straight up and down and your shin bone straight up and down. This is a good foot position for you to start with. You're going to come up to the top. Now you're going to start. You don't rest your knee on the ground after that. That's just a way to find a good setup position. So this is the top of the exercise. Now you're going to start. This is a split squat. You just come down, lightly touch the knee, come back up. Come down, lightly touch the knee, come back up. So what we're looking for here, as you come down, you don't want to collapse over the lead leg. So there's a difference between doing this and doing this. Big difference. So when you come forward, you're going to feel your weight shift to your toes. You're going to feel your heel kind of unweight, which just goes against good lower body movement. You want to be able to keep that weight back on your heel. So what I recommend is when you come down, you think about trying to lower the knee of your trail leg straight down, and then you come back up. That's going to help you keep your weight back on your heel. Another thing that will help is if you just lightly raise your toes, not your forefoot, just lightly raise your toes off the ground, and that will also force you to keep that weight back on your heel. So again, you want to make sure that you're not collapsing over that lead leg. You also don't want to go the other direction. You're not leaning back. That's not it. You're staying straight up and down. You're just making sure you're relaxing this trail leg so you can come straight down. Then you want to push through the heel of this foot, squeeze this butt cheek, and drive yourself back up. Make sure you lock this leg out at the top. You also want to make sure you keep your hips square. There's going to be a tendency as you come up to kind of let the hips open up and round. And so that's not what you want. You want to make sure that as you come up, you're able to keep those hips square. Don't let them open up. You got to be aggressive with that. It's not going to happen unless you get aggressive with it. Push this hip bone forward. Keep these hips square. Don't try, do it. You got to have aggressive core strength on this exercise in order to do it correctly. So again, come down, light touch, come back up, and that's how you're going to execute a basic split squat. You can add load to this exercise by holding a dumbbell. What I recommend is holding it in what's known as the rack position. Basically, you want your wrist over your elbow is tucked in to your ribs here. At this point, you're just kind of balancing the dumbbell. You're not having to, put out energy to hold it so much as you're just balancing it. Whatever arm you're holding it with, that's the leg that you're going to step back with, and then you can just hold it there as you execute your split squat. So that's how you add load to this movement. As you get stronger, if you need to, you can hold a dumbbell in each hand, but I recommend trying to stick with the unilateral, holding it in one hand as much as possible. That's really going to work on some good rotational core strength, resisting the rotation, which is an important part of what we're trying to accomplish with this exercise. So again, that's how you execute a good split squat.